Hi YouTube. This is a quick update. I had a little scare a few weeks ago. Actually, a few weeks ago, last week. I woke up from a nap feeling unusually wet down there and was welcomed with brown discharge and some stringy discharge that kind of looked like premenstrual, like my period was getting ready to come on. And didn't really worry about it because, brown blood is old blood, so I wasn't really too worried about it at all. So I went back to sleep, and then I woke up with cramps. And yeah, pretty bad cramps. And then when I did a CM check, it turned from brown to pink. So I was concerned. I called up my doctor. Of course, you can never get the doctors. So I talked to the nurse, and the nurse, you're probably having a miscarriage. You should go to the hospital, which I kind of figured symptom-wise because my discharge was getting redder because I was accompanied with cramps. Because although I am very, very happy to be pregnant, I still am preparing for the worst and am prepared for any potential bad news. See, I was kind of gearing up for what that was, especially with the cramps getting stronger. Ideally, you don't want to get cramps when you're pregnant. That's not a good time to get cramps. You don't want to see any discharge, any brown or red discharge. Definitely don't want to see red. You don't want to see brown either. So I went to the emergency room, checked in at 4, got to bed at about 8. A lot of thinking in the 4 hours in the emergency room with my mom. And I guess basically I came to realization that I was having a miscarriage. I kind of within those 4 hours, although the cramps did subside and the bleeding did change from brown, or change from the pink back to the brown, it's kind of gearing myself up for a miscarriage. And sitting 4 hours in that chair, in the emergency room chairs, were not comfortable. People were coughing and sneezing. I am not a hospital person. I am not. I don't like sick people. I mean, I love people, but I don't even really love people seriously because I'm antisocial anyways. But I definitely don't like being around sick people. So I don't really like going to the hospital unless it's something super serious, which I believed at the time that it was. And, there for 4 hours and having people coughing and sneezing and, I really just wanted to be home with my family. So I was ready to go. And my mom's like, no, we should hang in there. I was already tired and grumpy and crampy and, bleedy. And I just wanted to be home with my family. And it's kind of one of those things, what do you do at 8 weeks? I just made 8 weeks, and I wanted to be home with my family. If my body was expelling this pregnancy, I wanted to be home with my loved ones. I wanted to basically say my goodbyes at home, on my own turf, in the solitude of my own fortress. I wanted to be home. So I, was ready to leave. At 8 o'clock, 4 hours there, I was ready to leave. There's nothing they can really do. There's no magic shot they can give you to stop you at 8 weeks. Had I been like maybe 27 weeks or, later than that, 27 into 40, I think at 27, they can try to attempt to, stop a potential miscarriage or bleeding or anything. But yeah, at 8 weeks, there's really nothing you can do. If you're going to lose the baby, then you're going to lose the baby, and that's what I was coming to grips with. And when I finally came to grips with that and, calmed myself down and found a happy place in my body and serenity, inside myself, I was ready to leave. But my mom encouraged me to stay, and I did stay. I stayed for another half an hour. I said, listen, I'm staying another half an hour. I have to go to work in a few hours. I was trying to find a replacement for my shift, which is hard because you guys know I work for a very small company. And I've been there 10 years, and I don't want to say my job is complicated because I find it extremely easy, but it's not that people within this company that know how to do my job and that can cover for me in a situation like that. And for me, I didn't really think it was, I don't know how to say that serious, but I would have had to be in a lot of discomfort to call off from work. I never call off. Maybe once a year, if I'm lucky. I don't think I called off at all last year. Anyways, getting back to the point. So I was getting up, got up and got some water or whatever. And I was getting ready to leave, and then they called my name. So they called my name, and they took me to the back of this hospital, which is a beautiful hospital, but their emergency room needs a lot of TTC. Or TLC, sorry. Abbreviations. But yeah, it needs a lot of work. And I went back there, and, the first thing, she's like, get in this hospital gown, and the doctor will be with you momentarily. And I told the nurse, I said, listen, I think I'm having a miscarriage. I don't think there's really anything you guys can do. I'm not going to wait long for this, doctor. So if you guys are really busy, which I'm assuming you are, because I was out in the waiting room for about 4 hours, I just want to go. I don't want to wait. Oh, no, the doctor will be here. The doctor will be here. Don't worry about it. Just, change, give us a urine sample. So I told my mom, I said it was going on almost 8:30. I said, okay, I'm going to wait a half an hour, and I'm leaving regardless. Like I said, I welcome this baby in my own house, in my own bed, and I will welcome her regardless in my own house. You know what I'm saying? Even if she is coming extremely early and this pregnancy, is not viable, she's created home and she's going to end it home. It is my theory. So, the doctor came in, and a whole nother freaking set of complications there. I had to explain my situation for the fifth time to the fifth person that doesn't know me, doesn't really care, just wants to get me out. He's like, well, I think you're having a miscarriage. We're going to do all these tests. Yeah, I need blood work. I need urine samples. And then last but not least, we are going to do an ultrasound. And I told him, I said, listen, I am officially 8 weeks in, I think it was like 2 days. I said, I'm 8 weeks and 2 days. I'm ready to go home. I've been here for about 4.5 hours. I said, I don't think all those tests are necessary. I want an ultrasound. Do an ultrasound first. If we don't hear a heartbeat, then potentially I will get more testing done. If we don't see a heartbeat, then I'll know that the pregnancy has ended, and I will go home and relax and let my body do what it's made to do, what God intended it to do, which is to expel the pregnancy naturally. He didn't like that. I really believe doctors are on paychecks, and they're kind of on that commission type thing. So the more tests they do, and the more tests that they run, and the more things they can take, the higher their pay grade is. Might not be accurate. There might be some doctors or, kids or mothers or something of doctors there. That's the way I feel. I'm not a big doctor advocate. You guys, if you've watched my channel, sorry about the lighting. If you've watched my channel, I am not a big hoorah for doctors. I'm not. They have their purpose. Unfortunately, their purpose is very minimal in my life. So, yeah, don't take that personally. But, yeah, I told him, I said, I'm not going to get all those tests done. They're just unnecessary. And why would I let you do a vaginal exam? If I'm having a miscarriage, then why do you need to get up there? I could see if I need a D&C, which I guess is cleaning of your cervix to help rid your body of whatever baby particles are still up there. Yeah, but we don't know that. If you get the heartbeat, then we'll work from there. So he's hee-hawing with me. He's trying to leave his point or leave his mark or get me to change my mind. And you guys already know, when I set my mind to doing something, I'm pretty much going to do it. My mom was with me. My mom raised me. I am my mother's child. And my mom was just like, listen, you're arguing with her. You're not going to make any headway. Just give her the test or send us home or let us go home. Like, she wants the ultrasound. And the ultrasound machine is right there. Right in my little makeshift cubicle. It's right there. All you have to do is hook it up. And he's like, well, we're not going to be able to see a heartbeat at 8 weeks. Well, you know what? Mouse's heartbeat was 113 at 6 weeks and 2 days. So if I am correct with my calculations, Mouse's heartbeat should be in between 150 and 174 because I'm 8 weeks. I think it was like 8 weeks and 2 days. So if we don't see a heartbeat, then we know Mouse is no longer with us. And if we do see a heartbeat, then either way, I can free up this bed for someone else that needs it. Because now I'm getting paranoid with all the germs. And then there's a crazy woman that's strapped like right next to my room that is screaming for God knows what. Yeah, hospitals are just, yeah, no. So he left, and I guess he left with a chip on his shoulders because he decided he didn't want to come back for about 30 minutes. And I was getting agitated, guys. I was getting red. I was seeing, sorry about this lighting. I was getting really upset, but he comes back and he straps me up to the ultrasound, and he hears a heartbeat. Actually, he sees it, and I was like, okay, great. I was really surprised. I really thought that Mouse was gone. I did not feel pregnant anymore. I know, oh yeah, you can't feel pregnant at eight weeks. Yeah, you can. You can feel pregnant 8 weeks. I'm not denouncing any women that say they don't feel pregnant after ovulation. I've heard of some stories where women feel pregnant the day after they ovulate. They feel pregnant. I don't believe there's anything that's not possible. So, yeah. And I told him, I said, I just don't feel pregnant. So we saw the heartbeat, and the heartbeat was at 164, which is pretty damn good. And I asked him if we could hear the heartbeat, because I know that the ultrasounds come with sound. And he was being really a jackass at that point. He kind of didn't want to do anything else for me, because I didn't go through all these other tests and stay in that emergency room cubicle for another 3 hours. So yeah, he let me hear the heartbeat. He's like, yeah, slow down, I'll get there. And I'm just like, yeah, well, in my head, you need to get there a lot freaking faster, because all you have to do is put the darn volume up on the stupid little freaking ultrasound machine. So then he wanted to do a transvaginal ultrasound, which to me was pointless. Why do you need to go up there in my woo-ha? If we already hear Mouse's heartbeat, then I don't understand what the problem is. He says, well, we need to do some testing to check for HPV and STDs or something like that. And I'm like, hold on, slow down, partner. I'm not some whore that just walked off the street. I've been with my partner. I know what my status is. I don't have HPV. I don't need you looking up my woo-ha. Now, if you want to check to see if my cervix is closed to make sure that I am not going to potentially have a miscarriage when I go home, fine. You can do that with your fingers. But I know my cervix is closed because I went in the bathroom and I checked. Ultimately, guys, you can check if you're having a lot of bleeding down there. It's not a surefire way to know what's going on, but it's something. It gives you closure. I don't regret going to the hospital. I kind of wish I would have stayed with my own intuition. I am glad that I did hear the baby's heartbeat. So I guess it's benefits doing both. If you're ever in that situation and you feel like something's wrong with your pregnancy, go down to the emergency room. Tweak it a little bit. Tell them that you're bleeding and get another ultrasound. It'll make you feel better. Why not? Get another ultrasound. So yeah, I let him do that. He's just like, okay, get in the nightgown. I'm not getting in the nightgown. I slid off my pants right there, because obviously he's seen woo-has before. So I scooted my ass down. I really didn't even have to get down to the edge of the table because, you got arms. If I can get up my woo-ha, then there's no reason why you can't use 2 fingers and just right there. So he did that, and that made him kind of happy, I guess. I don't know. He just seemed less of an asshole after that. So, he didn't want to answer my question. I asked him what the potential reason was for me to be bleeding, and he kind of like shrugged me off, kind of like, yeah, you already know the answer, so then you should know that one too. He didn't directly answer my question. He stopped talking and looking at me. He was kind of looking at my mom at this point. And I'm I guess I could egg on these doctors to be bigger assholes than what they are by my strong-willed behavior. That's fine. You're not my BFF. You're not my partner. You're no one really important in my life. I'm not going to see you again. I don't give 2 craps if you have attitude or not. I really don't. And I'm used to I'm really not a big doctor fan. I'm not. Now I love nurses, but doctors really, I don't have great success with them. I really don't, and it could be my already internal perception of them that aggravates a completely innocent situation. I can say that. I know that could probably be it too. Anyways, he didn't want to answer my question. It's fine. After I heard Mouse's heartbeat, I kind of figured out that it could have only probably been one of two things. I recently had sex with my boyfriend a few days ago, and that can agitate it, I guess. When you're pregnant, if you do get pregnant, your body produces about 50% more blood. So you have a lot more blood in your system to create this new life. And you also have a lot more blood down at your cervix, in your cervix area. My uterus also is growing now. So now my uterus is the size of a grapefruit. And Mouse has officially made it, graduated from being an embryo into a fetus. And is now the size of a pecan. So there's a lot going on down there if we're on schedule and if everything is where it should be. So that could have been the bleeding, I'm thinking. And I'm fine with that. I feel good with closure with knowing that. So I left feeling pretty good. He told me to stay off my feet. And I have been. I want this pregnancy. Obviously, if I can stay off of my feet and be on bed rest for the entire 7 months that I have left, I would. But unfortunately, a lot of us women are busy supporting all our families already, or supporting ourselves, and it's not feasible for us to completely stay off of our feet. If you have a partner, and even if you do have a partner, you still have to cook. You still have to clean. You still have to run to the store. You still have to walk the dog and clean the cat litter and whatever else. It's almost virtually impossible to stay on complete bed rest. So anyways, yeah, I went home, and actually I went directly to work. I got there about 2 hours early, and I found a nice spot and made a nice little pallet and was able to sleep comfortably for about 2 hours before my shift. So yeah, everything turned out fine. Got a quite disturbing phone call about a day after that happened, with my doctor calling and telling me that she's concerned yet again with my blood work. So I will be getting more blood work done. And this is going to bring me to a quick rant. I am running up on 18 minutes, and I don't want to keep you guys on here too long. I am not going to let myself get agitated with any more of these medical doctors and their perceptions, or whatever they think is going on. I am contemplating seriously having either a free birth or an outlaw birth, if you guys can look that up, which is basically a birth without assistance of a midwife or a doctor. So that's been tossing around my head. Obviously the risks go up with that, but if you are having a healthy pregnancy, I don't know if I officially am or not. I guess I do have to wait till I'm longer in this pregnancy to see what's going on. I think I might do that. That's come up, with me and my partner doing that at home. That's a bit on the extreme side, but it, like I said, is something that I've tossed around. I've also thought about being rogue. And what I mean by that is, I mean that I think after this last doctor's appointment, I have one coming up Friday, and then another one scheduled for the 26th for genetic testing. I don't know. I think I might just stop going to the doctor's appointments. If Mouse's heart is beating fine, I don't know if I'm going to go through with the genetic testing. I know I said earlier, I'm going to go through with the genetic testing, and, this is going to be the stipulations of me continuing on with this pregnancy. Now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I've tried so hard for this baby, and I don't want to prematurely say that if this child has, if the tests come back positive for Down, that I will terminate the pregnancy. I've been doing a lot of research on Down-related syndrome, children and the care and the energy. And I think it's doable. I think it's doable. I think my family and I can do it, if that is a case. So I guess I'm just trying to learn more about the disabilities that are out there and exactly how it would affect my quality of life and my children's quality of life. So I don't think I'm going to let this woman stress me out on Friday, 'cause she's been calling and leaving me voicemails like there's something wrong with the baby. We looked on the x-ray and he had one head and he had little arm buds and he had little leg buds. So yeah, as far as the numbers not doubling, I think is her concern that the numbers aren't doubling. That's really not a surefire way of knowing that your child's going to have any abnormalities or any brain delays by numbers. That's not a significant way of telling, because a lot of numbers don't jump. They don't double. As long as they're getting higher, that's the main thing. Doubling isn't necessarily a reason. So yeah, so I don't know. Everything's still up in the air, guys. I'm extremely confused, and I don't want to say confused. I'm just coming to light with different things and different things that are coming up, and you know, I want to be educated and I want to be knowledgeable, and you know, I don't want to make any rash decisions. So I don't know. Don't hold me to anything that I'm saying, but they're just things that are going on in my head. I can tell you that if this doctor does irritate me on Friday, I probably will not be going to any more doctor's appointments for this pregnancy. I really think that I'll deny all prenatal care and just pretty much do this at home. Eating healthy, unless, you know, I get some bleeding. If I get some bleeding, obviously I'll go to the doctor. But I don't think I'm going to be going up, because there's really nothing I don't think there's anything they can tell me. I'm not going for any more pap smears. I already said that I wasn't going to do pap smears or anything else like that. So I think the only thing I would probably do is go in for ultrasounds or something. You know, doctors just don't want to see you for ultrasounds. They want to see you every other week for stupid stuff. So that's an option. I don't know. I'm leaning towards it because of the voicemails, and I don't. Why would you leave that on my voicemail? You know, why would you? And then I gotta wait till Friday to come talk to you. So yeah, I wasn't happy with that. So that's where I'm at, guys. Mouse is fine. Everything looks so far like it's on schedule. Mom still thinks it's a boy. I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care. God, who cares? Who cares if you're having a boy and a girl? Even if I didn't have a boy and a girl already, I mean, who cares? I really don't care. I think Mouse is a boy. I really, really do. But if Mouse turns out to be a girl, I mean, like, I'd be so happy. As long as the baby's healthy, I'm fine. And I'm even, like I said, I'm even coming to grips with a lot of the disabilities that are out there and trying to stay abreast of those. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. I just want a healthy baby. So that's where I am at. I am officially, oh God, today. I made it to 9 weeks and 1 day today. 9 weeks and 1 day. A little bit of a baby bump. I will show you. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Hold on. Do a side. That's the baby bump. It's a little pudgy. It's a little pudgy. But that's where I'm at. And that's my video. That's my update. I will probably do another update Friday. Sorry about the lighting, guys. The lighting is crappy. Do another update on Friday and probably a rant also. And I'll try to keep you guys updated. I'm sorry. I love you guys. You guys are beautiful. Bye.